One. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to SGDA Summit 2022, the closing ceremony for the summit. I'm Jason, the president of SGDA.
My name's Anuj. I'm the webmaster of SGDA.
I'm Jevin. I help out with PR and moderating.
I'm Eric. I also help out with PR.
I'm Megna. I was a guest host and also the marketing lead for SGDA.
And I'm Martin. I was the summit lead for this year's summit.
Again, we'd like to thank all the developers who were on the panels and the talks for their time and for helping to contribute to the event. We'd especially like to thank the game design panel for their time and apologize for the technical issues during that period. We'll be uploading that VOD separately and trying to fix the issues by uploading the closed captions for that specific panel.
Along with that, we would like to thank everybody who participated in the portfolio and resume reviews. This includes the reviewers and the reviewees. We'd like to also thank you for dealing with the technical difficulties that came up during yesterday. We hope that the resume and portfolio reviews were helpful, and we hope that also with the Gene Leggett talk that your resumes are better than they ever were before.
Mm-hmm.
Along with that, I'd like to thank all the student showcase games, regardless of whether you were streamed or not. It was a hard decision to choose which games to stream and which games not to stream. I've done this for 2 years now, and it does not get easier the second time.
Mm-hmm.
We would like to also thank all the student showcase games who had any technical difficulties during their showcase. We'll be sure to do everything that we can to mitigate that during our VODs. And also, we encourage everybody, seriously, play these games. You will not regret it. They're all super fun. That actually segues us really nicely into our next topic, which is the SGDA mini grant. So, what is the mini grant? The SGDA mini grant is meant to be awarded to games that showed exemplary creativity, direction, design, programming, etc. The intent of this award is to be used to further develop the game and potentially support the eventual full release, be that on Steam, on itch, more content, whatever it ends up being used for. We're glad to help out with that. We initially stated that just one mini grant would be awarded, but this has since changed due to just the amount of excellent games that were submitted this year. We will be awarding 3 games with each $100 mini grant, and there may be more developers than what we have listed, and we will be doing our best to pronounce it. And yeah, for the first game, we would like to congratulate Continuum from UC Irvine.
Yeah. Continuum was developed by Nick Greenbaum, Salil Lakhani, Jennifer Sino, Chase Taylor, Sammy Terranciano, Jorge Torres, and Bianca Victoria. Again, sorry for mispronouncing any of those. For the Showcase Committee, Continuum is an excellent example of all good aspects of a roguelike. An intriguing premise, creative enemies, excellent weapons or power system, and an NPC that breaks you for falling into a slime pit. We hope that the grant can help you further the development of this for a full release, and we're looking forward to see any other developments in the project.
Awesome. And then our second mini grant, I do like a little drum roll, is UC Love. And UC Love was developed by Bella Pham, Chris Locke, Cole Strain, Danny Nalangang, Isabella Lee, Izzy Setso, Joy Richardson, Nick Pavlovsky, and Scott Park. And apologies if I mispronounced your name, because I definitely did. I'm so sorry. But they developed this game as a part of ACM Studios for UCLA. And for the showcase community, UC Love was a wholesome and fun dating sim to play, and it had excellent writing, cute mini games, and an incredibly appealing and very cohesive art style, which is incredibly impressive considering how large the team is and how large the 2D art team was. And we also commend the inclusion featured in this game, as it's kind of rare to see a game that is not only wholesome but also primarily features a female cast of different ethnicities, as well as allowing pronoun selection to allow for more inclusivity for the player character. And we hope that this grant can be used to further develop the game, as well as possibly add the other UCs. So yeah.
Speaking as a member of UC Merced, I can't wait to see what kind of Bobcat thing that we get. For the final game, we'd like to give it to the game Taka Taka, developed by Zach Boyd, Anna Kagel, Edward Cheng, Landon Ellis, Aaron Kelly, Rafael Padilla, Andy Pierce, Kevin Prakash, Sean Yao, and Taylor Zakara Zevsky. from SGSU. I apologize if I mispronounced anything. Taka Taka is an incredibly unique take on the rhythm game genre, not only having characters attack to the beat of the music, but also requiring them to switch places, which creates some really challenging and engaging gameplay. I replayed that one section where things start to get tough so many times, but I was enjoying it pretty much the entire time. It's especially incredible that this was able to be made for a global game jam submission, so within 48 hours. We hope that this grant can further the production of the game with new songs and more beautiful backgrounds, maybe even a third character. Who knows? And while we do hold these mini grants, we'd also like to say that like the games that were submitted this year were all exceptional. We strongly encourage like if you want to keep on developing your game, do it. We would love to see the future of these games, and if like, we hope that getting feedback or getting or hearing from us, hearing from people in the Twitch chat was helpful, and we would like to we cannot thank you all enough for giving us thank you for making our jobs difficult. And yeah, with that,
Yeah, we'd like to thank next all the volunteer panel moderators. They were all volunteers, so we'd like to thank them very much. They're not getting paid for it whatsoever, but they hosted some of the best panels that we've had. I think for that, yeah, they hosted some of the best panels. I think. Again, I'd like to thank all of the officers for SGDA as well. We only have officer staff of about 7 people, so everyone's been wearing multiple hats as most people in the games industry do. But again, I'd like to thank everyone deeply for dealing with all of the technical difficulties with dealing with all of the unpredictable nature of having a stream. So thank you very much for all the work that you've done.
To our audience, also thank you for dealing with our technical difficulties. We will be sure to account for these for next year's SGDA Summit. However, we do appreciate you sticking by. We hope that the information was helpful, that you thought the games were fun, and we really do appreciate you sticking with us.
For sure, yeah. I'd like to now open it to general thoughts from our officers on how they felt like the summit went for this year's summit.
I think that if we can go back in the same Discord order as earlier. For me, I thought the summit was really fun. The summit was really fun again this year. This is my second year working as a host for it, and second year also doing primarily showcase stuff. I thought that again, it was super fun playing the game. Super really good talking to a lot of the developers. That was a lot of fun. Along with that, developing the art gallery with Martin was really enjoyable. All the pieces were really good. I only wish that Unity's compression didn't take away some of the color. So check out the portfolios of everybody in the comments or in the description of the game. They're really good artists. And I just thought that I wish that they were the technical difficulties were kind of out of our control. But in general, I hope that the summit was enjoyed despite those, and I can't wait to see what happens next year.
That's me next. This is my first SGDA ever. Actually, this is the first one I've been able to go to and be in a part of full time, and I got to work on it. So that was very cool just from the outset. But I also it's my time getting to play everyone's games and Anuj was not joking when he said thank you for making our jobs hard. Every single one of those games was fun, and I can personally attest to the fact that we were supposed to be playing those games for 15 minutes each, and I definitely went over on every single one. I played through every single one. I went back and played some more before the showcase came up. But I loved each of the games. Very good. Thank you for making such wonderful games. Please keep working on them. I want to see each one of them go on to do wonderful things and be wonderful games.
Yeah, Eric, if you have any thoughts?
I actually joined the officership halfway through the summit prep, so I wasn't able to help out as much as I'd like to, combined with the fact that I'm still a current student. So I had a lot of real life stuff. And as someone whose game and work was featured during the student showcase, I would like I personally know how much work goes into like making the games of this caliber, and I've like especially for all the games from UCI, shout out to like Isabel and Continuum and all that. Uh, I've like watched their development closely over the past couple quarters, and I am immensely proud of not just our games, but all other student games that came out of the showcase. So yeah, it's been an honor to help out.
Meghna, you can go up next.
Oh yeah. So in terms of the SGDA, this is actually my very first time going to the summit and also like being able to be a part of it. I had a really fun time, kind of just first of all playing through all the games. As reiterated from Anuj and Jevin, thank you for making our jobs really hard. We were like crying in our group chat about all the games and how good they were. So thank you for making such amazing games, and I really hope that you continue them. And then, honestly, if you make very significant changes to the game by the next summit, please resubmit them. Like, just yeah. But this was also my first time guest hosting as well as doing the panel moderation, and I have to say that it was really informative to just go through all the panels, even though there are some disciplines that I'm not necessarily too familiar with, and it was really interesting to hear what all the panels had to say. And I really also appreciated the community spotlight talks, and of course Jean Legette's talk. That was super informative. And yeah, I think I also really had a lot of fun just watching, talking to the developers of these games that I played and seeing how their line of thinking was going when developing them. So yeah, great job, everyone.
This year was my first year being a part of SGDA, so it was definitely a great learning experience for me. Everything from organizing the panels, uh, reaching out to speakers, talking to other students. I'm glad that it all came together to be something really great in the end. I also wanted to thank all the students who submitted their artwork to our virtual art gallery. It was something that we did for the very first time, so it wasn't perfect, but we still managed to get something out there working, and that it was able to display these students' work. So thank you very much to all the students, the staff, officers is what I mean, and all the speakers. So thank you.
For sure. On that note, Meghna, if you could talk about the VODs, that would be
Yeah. Yeah, awesome. So we've got a lot of questions about VODs, and VODs will be all available on our YouTube after the event. Due to our due to our
technical difficulties
yeah,
that we
to
had during
the
the stream.
yeah. So unfortunately, due to the technical difficulties, some of the audio is not going to be able to be recovered. But we will have closed captionings typed up for those sections of the panel, and that was in particular to the game design panel. I believe since the last like 10 minutes there's no audio. And then in terms of Jean Legette's talk, that'll be up for 2 weeks, and then we will remove it as she has requested us to do.
Sure. And on that note, I think if you appreciated the summit and some of the work that SGA does, you can be part of the officership. We are having rolling applications all the time. I'm the one who primarily does the interviews, so yeah, those we've never stopped having those applications be open. So feel free to apply. And yeah, on that note, I'd also like to again thank everyone for the hard work that they've done, for students, for our officership, for our developers that helped participate during the panels and the talks. And we'd like to let everyone know that we're possibly thinking of returning the summit to a physical form. We're not quite sure on the specifics of that quite yet, but we're hopefully bringing that back in a more tangible sense for the summit. So you might see a local summit near you. We still have to discuss the details on that. Aside from that, we also have another event coming up. We actually have a Sony Talk Week, which will be appearing quite soon with Santa Monica Studios. So stay tuned for that. But
We'd also like to mention for the in-person summit, we will still be working to provide a hybrid option in order to, especially as we grow nationwide, we want to make sure that the summit stays accessible, and with that comes making sure that these options are available. But yeah.
For sure. I think any last things that we want to say before we sign off here?
Thank you everybody for coming by for the summit. We hope that it was informative, fun, and we hope to see you next year too.
Yeah. Thank you for submitting your games. Thank you for submitting your artwork. I had a blast looking at all the artwork as well as playing through all the games, and I really hope you guys continue your endeavors into the future. And thank you to our panelists as well as thank you to our panelists and also the people that agreed to be on stream to show off their game. I really appreciate it. It was really informative to listen to.
Okay. In that case, SGDA is signing off, but we'll see you later. Bye.